Melanie, movie maven gal for Pardesi. I'm here with a special guest today, Koricon Nala, and we're going to watch one of my favorite scenes together from a Prabhas movie, also directed by Rajamouli, an old one from 2005, Chatrapathi. So, Koricon, tell my viewers a little bit about how long have you been watching Indian films, and how long have you been reviewing and doing trailer reactions on YouTube?
Well, I started my channel in October of 2015, so it's almost 2 years exactly. I have been exposed to Indian movies. My dad's been watching them for like 20 years. So
Wow.
I would see one every now and then, like Eega, because he would be like, "You have to watch this with me." I'm like, "All right, all
Yeah. Yeah.
right."
Eega, so you've seen at least another Rajamouli film besides the Baahubali films. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
good.
And so when I got requests for doing Indian trailers, it wasn't weird to me. I was like, okay, yeah, sure, because I've been exposed to them, so it
Yeah.
wasn't odd. But in January of 2016, I got my first request for an Indian film, which was a trailer for Bahubali. And
Yeah.
so I did that one and made the mistake of saying Bollywood in there.
Right.
And the comment section was like, blah, 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 blah. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
okay, okay, okay. And then so I researched and learned about the different Indian film industries after that. And
Yeah.
I'm very conscious about, the which language something is in. But
Yeah.
I got a little bit of attention when I did the Bahubali trailer reaction. But what really got me attention is I thought it looked cool. Everybody
Yeah.
thought the trailer looked
Yeah.
cool.
Yes, it did.
So I went and watched the movie and did a full review of the movie. What I didn't know, that all of my commenters told me, is everybody was reacting to the trailer. All of these reactors that were getting the
Okay.
requests. But I was the only one that actually watched the movie and reviewed it.
Ah.
And so I got a lot of subscribers really fast because they were like, "Oh my God, he watched the movie! I
Right.
can't believe he
Right.
watched the movie!" And so
Yeah.
then I was gaining something like 1,000 subs a month.
Wow.
I went from 300 subscribers at the beginning of January to like 6,000 by May or June.
Wow.
It
Wow.
it was crazy. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
was
yeah. Bahubali was how I got into YouTube because Kartik from Bollyfool's channel saw that I had tweeted out that I was going to the first IMAX showing of the second film because I couldn't wait to see it. I had to see the very first showtime. And so he's like, "Well, can I review you for the channel because I'm going to be going to the same theater to see the second show?" I'm like,
right,
"Okay." And so from that, he invited me onto Bolly Fools, and then now I've done this, my own channel just for the last few months. But
right.
it's both because of Bahubali that we're here.
Yeah, for Bahubali 2, I was contacted by Arca Media. Oh, I guess you can't see the poster, but I got a Bahubali 2 poster right here.
Yeah.
But Arca Media had emailed me and asked me to react to some of the teaser and the poster when they came out.
Wow.
So I was reacting to the post, and I was like, hell yeah! I'm really excited for the second one because I saw the first one and reviewed it
Yeah.
the previous year. So
It was a long 2 years to wait. Very
yeah,
long.
but I had a lot of Bahubali 2 videos just because Arca Media kept sending me stuff. They sent me the motion posters, they sent me a teaser, they sent me the trailers.
Wow.
I also did a 3D when they had the release party for one of the trailers, they had the 3D event,
Wow.
and I got my phone and I basically live streamed the entire 3D event from my cell phone,
Wow.
but it was like a 6-hour video
My
because
God.
I didn't know when the trailer was going to drop. And so we just started watching it from the beginning. And what's
Oh my
hilarious is
God.
by the end of the live stream, I was asleep in the chair. So people were basically watching me asleep because I was like, But it was like a 6 hour live stream. I'm like, I couldn't wait anymore. And then after, well, we did the reaction for the trailer. It was about hour 3 or something like that. And then I just kept going because they were having like people talking on stage and stuff, and I wanted to watch those. But yeah, after a while, I don't know what was going on. So that was interesting. And then I just cut out the reaction part from the trailer and I posted that.
So besides the Bahubali, have you seen any other Prabhas films?
No, I
Okay.
don't think I have seen any more of his movies. I get a ton of movie review requests. And I've got some stuff setting up to where people can, to make it more organized. Like I've been doing polling systems where
Okay.
I'll have my Patreons like vote on a movie, and
Okay.
the top 4 will go to Twitter, and then the public can vote on it.
Okay.
And then that's the one I will review for an older movie. But I have 2 jobs and new movies to review, so the
Yeah.
older movies take a back seat until I have free time to do it.
Right.
Plus, my Patreons at the $5 level can request any movie, and then that gets ahead of the polls. So
Okay. All right. Well, the reason why I chose this scene for us to watch together is that it shows this is 10 years before the first Bahubali film came out. So this is a Rajamouli film, and this is the first time that he paired up with Prabhas. And Prabhas is one of my favorites. I mean, I have watched maybe 9 of his films.
wow.
I'm not going to say that this one is my favorite because I discovered he is kind of a goofball in romantic comedies. And so he's done films like Darling and Mr. Perfect. That's why he's known as like Darling, or Rebel is kind of an action one, but it also has a good romance track to it. So I just discovered he is a really versatile actor. But what I love about this particular clip is it's not the best visual effects in the world. This is from, 2005 in Indian cinema, where Rajamouli didn't have the budget that he did in Baahubali.
Right.
But just so the setup of the film, we're about 15 minutes in, where we have seen that Prabhas's character as a child has been separated from his family. He's like an orphan, and he gets pulled into like a smuggler's gang against his will.
Okay.
And so now we have seen the childhood setup, and now we are seeing him as an adult for the first time. So go ahead and roll it whenever you're ready.
All right. 12 years later.
Right.
That's a good crane shot for not... no, that's a drone. Actually, you can hear
Probably
the blades.
helicopter.
It's a helicopter. You can hear the blade. Very much of a pirate kind of feel.
Yeah.
What an intro.
Oh, just wait. There's something about Rajamouli and making Prabhas come through the water.
Right.
Box office. చిప్పులోంచి సరుకు దించారని తెలిసింది. మేమొచ్చేసరికి దాన్ని మాయం చేశాం. నడిసంద్రంలో అది ఎలా కుదిరింది?
It's cool that they filmed it in the ocean.
Yeah.
Jaws music.
Yeah.
మళ్ళీ పందెం. ఈసారి కిందకు దించితే ఆ చేప ముందు వీడి తల తింటదా, మొండెం తింటదా? మెత్తగుంటది కదన్నా. ముందు మొండమే తింటది. యాదవ్వా. ఆ చేపకు ఏ మాత్రం బుర్రున్నా ఈడి గ్లామర్ చూసి ముందు
I love how they're betting on everything. Is he alive? Is he dead? Will the shark eat his head?
Right?
చెప్పు 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 చెప్పమ్మా.
ఇప్పుడే వదిలే, నీ ఒక్కడి కాళ్ళు ఎర్రకొడతా. ఇంకా లేట్ అయిందంటే మీ అందరి కాళ్ళు ఇరిగిపోతాయి.
That's a unique threat, is cutting off their legs instead of just I'll kill you.
నెత్తురు వాసన చూస్తే సొరకి పిచ్చెక్కిపోద్ది. హా, హా.
That does add a lot of danger.
I love how he taps
Oh,
the
wow.
knife through the
Yeah,
drop.
you can see the blue screen. Pretty obvious.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, it's not that the CGI is the greatest. It's just the imagination of this is the
Well-
hero intro, you know?
Well, and it's not really CGI. Like, they have a looped, they have some ocean scene, but it's more of him in a wind tunnel being
Right.
held up, and then they just blue screen it in. It looks okay, especially for the time period and the budget.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, the shark looks pretty good. You can tell that's CGI, but it looks pretty good. That is very much of a hero thing.
Oh yeah. How long has he held his breath at this point?
Right. But if it's under 4 minutes, he's going to be all right.
I guess you're right.
As long as he doesn't breathe in the water. So he's directing the shark like a horse. Oh, the shark's all tied up.
బాడీని చేప
Okay.
నమిలేస్తుంటే తాడు తేలిగ్గా రావాలి కానీ ఎంత గుంజినా రాదేంట్రా.
Enter the bad action
Yeah.
music.
Yep.
Awesome action, but I mean,
Something about his height, and just I don't know, just so dominant in all these action scenes. You can see from this how much he built up for Baahubali, because this is more his regular,
yeah.
bit more lean physique.
Ooh, that was a good one. Oh, nice stunt. He got some food.
Yep.
ఈ భద్రంగా ఇంకేసేపు వెయిటింగ్ చేయాలి.
They'd hidden the loot or whatever, the liquor or whatever it was.
Oh, okay.
So that's basically it.
That's smart to hide it under the boat.
Yeah. All right, that's the end of the scene.
That was cool. Now, yeah,
So
the
go ahead.
the shark and the blue screen elements of the wind tunnel, very, very obvious. But for the time period and the budget,
Yeah.
that's fine. The fight scene on the boat, I like the wide shots of the stunt of them on the
Yeah, whatever you call that, or the mast, the thing. Yeah.
well, I think the
Yeah.
mast goes up, but whatever that
Right.
pole is that
Right.
holds the sail.
Right.
I like the wide shots of that because it really gives scale and danger to the stunt.
Right.
A lot of movies will just keep it close up during those scenes.
That's
And
true. That's true.
you can really see that influence, or the fact that S.S. Rajamouli uses that in a lot of movies. Like the Bahubalis, he's got a lot of wide shots of action sequences. So that's pretty cool.
I just think he is one of the most imaginative and creative filmmakers in Indian cinema. I mean, Bahubali is like the ultimate, but you can even see the rest of this film is more traditional, more traditional fight scenes and so forth. A drama of someone rising up to take over from the evil, gang leader, kind of a film, and also a family drama of him trying to find and reconnect with his family. That's very much, a theme through Indian cinema.
Yeah.
But just to have a battle with the shark and to have such a cool intro of him being pulled up from the water and still having so much attitude when he's tied up and they're dunking him into shark waters. I just love that. What a great setup for our first shot of him as an adult, to see, here he was, this orphan kid, and now he's grown up and he has all of this attitude. So that's what I just love about it.
Well, the concept is really great.
Yeah.
You have your hero shot of the guy coming out of the water. The pirates, I guess you would call them pirates. They're trying to take over the boat. The pirates are betting on whether or not he'll live or die, and then they're betting on the shark. Like, it's a great concept. The fight scene with the shark, not so much. I would cut that down a little bit. But then him escaping and that shot of them reeling in the rope and the shark is what comes out of the water. That's a great reveal for the pirates. Like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not Prabhas. What the heck? And then him showing up behind them on the boat. Like, that's very much of a heroic sequence, and it was played off very well. And then the fight scene on the boat was pretty good, too. I think some of the edits were really good. Like, when he throws the guy into...
whatever that metal thing was, and then it
whatever
kind of
the
bounces
metal.
off. Yeah.
That was a good, like, one edit stunt. I like that. Some of the other sections I think edited a little too much, but they had to.
Yeah.
There was like 2 scenes of fighting where they did a false shaky cam, like a post-edit shakiness.
Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
And I think the reason they did that is because either the kick or the punch wasn't close enough to the other actor. And instead of editing around that, what they call editing around the actor, where that's why you see a lot of close-ups and quick cuts in a lot of movies, is because they have to edit around the actor. But he probably liked the whole sequence as one edit. And so to compensate for the fact that it wasn't close enough, they just did a false shake so that you wouldn't tell, but he would still keep the whole edit, which is a really smart from the filmmaker's point of view, where he's like, I like the whole sequence. I don't want to cut that.
Right.
So,
just for one mistake,
Yeah, just for one mistake. So to do a little quick shake of camera with a false shake of the camera, but to have the editor do that, I think, is really smart. So you can keep the scene as a whole.
Yeah.
I like that.
I mean, I just think it's it's just iconic. And even if someone says, "Oh, I don't want to see that film," I'm like, okay, you have to watch this one sequence. This whole shark scene is so crazy.
Yeah.
And I just love the imagination of it. And I'm not going to say that this film, like I said, is my favorite, but I just love the imagination of this sequence and how cool Prabhas looks. I would, if you like, since you liked Baahubali, his film between Eega and Bahubali is called Maghadeera, and that is another. It's like but it's more of a like a time travel where you have a reincarnation. So you have modern day, but the guy who was the villain, I think the guy who was the villain in Eega is also in that film too. So it's got that one is really good. So again, it's like he has more of a budget in Bahubali to let his imagination really go wild, but still you can see how he got to that point by seeing some of these older films. He still had that creativity in him, and then he was able to really let loose with the Bahubali films.
Yeah, whenever I did one of the Bahubali or Bahubali 2 videos, or I would have everybody suggest Eega and how do you pronounce it again?
Maghadeera.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
at least I think that's how it's pronounced. Yeah. But I mean, Eega, like,
I'm sure your people.
That movie is so crazy. I was watching that on a plane, so I'm sitting next to my husband, and he looks over and he's like, "Wait a minute, is that the same movie you were just watching a minute ago?" Because you have the romantic track for about half an hour. And then, I mean, to have the concept of someone being reincarnated as a fly.
Right.
I mean, who else would think of that? It's so amazing. And I love how he brandishes a little sewing needle as his sword and everything.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, again, it's so creative and it's such a fun movie. But it's insane. Like, who else would think of that?
Well, I've seen some things with flies in other films, but to be reincarnated as a fly, that's very unique.
Exactly.
Because when people think of reincarnation, especially Americans, when we think of a reincarnation, we think of reincarnated as another human.
Right, exactly, yeah.
But we don't really think about being reincarnated as an animal.
Right.
Every once in
a and an animal so small, like maybe a dog or something.
Right. Well, you have people say, like, I want to be reincarnated as a cat or a dog or whatever their pet is. But to be reincarnated as an insect, that's interesting. That's different.
Right.
Now,
really different.
But there have been movies and shows where people were either turned into an insect or put into the mind of an insect. Like,
it's true.
You have Jeff Goldblum's The Fly, plus the old one from like the 50s. But there have been like Twilight Zone episodes where like the guy is put into an ant or I think something like that, if I'm remembering it right. And then this is a weird reference, but Nightmare on Elm Street 4 or 5, the Dream Warriors, at one point he puts the girl and turns her into a cockroach. And so she's basically a cockroach, turns fully into a cockroach that's stuck in one of the Roach Motels things.
Oh, gosh.
That's how she dies. But yeah, there have been some things where humans have turned into insects, but to be reincarnated as an insect, that's interesting.
Right. Like as a horror. But not as it's still the hero.
Right. That's a very interesting twist.
Not only is it still the hero, but he still keeps the girl. He's a fly, and he still keeps the girl.
Now, they've been talking about a sequel for years now. He kept saying that he would do it after Baahubali 2. Have you heard anything about him going for Eega 2? Or
I'm anxiously awaiting to see what he will do next. I don't know if he would want to go back and revisit something he's done. I sort of feel like he's the kind of person that just would want to do something completely different and new. I mean, he's lived in the world of Bahubali for what is it, like 5 years? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a significant part of your life to devote to one world. I'm sure he just needs a break and he may do something completely different. Who knows? I mean, I don't begrudge him taking a breather and get his creative juices back, and then I can't wait to see what he'll do next, because each film that I've seen that he's done has been so creative but very, very different too. So I'll be anxiously waiting.
Well,
Anyway, thanks. Yeah.
I think that a lot of directors that end up doing really large movies like this, when they're done with it, they're drained. Like
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of work to put together one of these big budget films. And a lot of directors that I've seen their next movie is a very small, low budget,
Right.
no CG effects, like just a dramatic storyline of some kind. Something simple to kind of get their mind straight again.
Right.
And then they
Right.
might attack something bigger, but
Yeah.
see, a lot of them are like, I just want to do something very small.
Well, and I can completely understand that. So, I mean, you just need a mental break,
Exactly.
and just to do something completely different. Anyway, I really appreciate you doing this collaboration with me. We are also going to do a collaboration on Koricon Nala's channel, so I will put the link for that in the description of this video.
Yeah. Yeah, and when we do mine, you might want to put it in your end card. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay. Okay.
I'll show you how to do that later. But yeah, it'll be fun. We'll do a trailer reaction for a Kannada film on mine.
Very good. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, so pop on over there and check it out.
All right. You can follow both of us here on our YouTube channels. Please like this video, share, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter at PardesiYT. And Koricon, where can they find you on Twitter?
Koricon Nala is on all my social medias. If you just search Koricon Nala, I'm at Koricon Nala on Twitter and Instagram, and I think Facebook I have a Koricon Nala page. But yeah.
Awesome. All right. Check out his channel as well, and thanks for watching.
Bye.